Hello, fellow seekers of truth. This is Natalie with Mystic Wisdom Tarot and Tea, and I'm here to guide you through the leaves today. So I'm here to introduce you to my channel. This is my first video of many, and this is the video to help introduce you to the world of tea leaf reading. So before I get started in helping you understand how to read the tea leaves, I'm going to introduce you to all things me. So my name is Natalie. I have been reading tarot cards for 12 years. I've been reading tea leaves for 7 years now, and I've been reading professionally for 7 years as well. And I used to be the owner of Spring Spirituality Metaphysical Shop in Colorado Springs until I sold it and moved to Parker, Colorado. I am an ordained metaphysical minister, holder of a bachelor's degree in metaphysical science. I have dedicated my entire life to learning the metaphysical arts, and I know that not everybody is into that, but to me and to the people that are into this, this is my whole life. This is my passion. This is my love, and my love and passion is to share this with everybody that I can, and I'm so excited to delve into this world with you. So let's just get started and jump right in. So this is a divination teacup. This is one of my favorite tools when it comes to tea leaf reading and learning how to read tea leaves. So the difference between a divination teacup and a regular teacup is, of course, the symbols inside of the cup. So obviously a regular teacup does not have the symbols inside of it. A regular teacup is just going to be plain white inside of the entire thing. And this teacup, of course, has symbols all over it. So a divination teacup like this you can get from Tea with Karen. She's on Etsy. Her cups are amazing. I heavily endorse them. I have a huge collection of her cups myself, and they really heavily improve my readings for sure. So you'll see for yourself exactly how they improve them very shortly. But divination teacups are a wonderful investment. If you're on a budget, however, there's also a teacup called the Cup of Destiny, which you can get on Amazon. They're only about $35 or so, I think. And the Cup of Destiny is a great choice if you're on a budget. The symbolism is not nearly as good as Karen's teacups, but they are good if you're in a pinch and you're on a budget. So Tea with Karen, her cups are usually anywhere between $50 to $75. They're not expensive either, but I highly recommend a divination teacup. Also, when you're choosing your tea, I highly recommend black tea because it is very much easier to see black tea against a white teacup than it is to see something like, say, chamomile, for example. So I highly recommend black tea. So let's get started. I am going to pour my tea now, and I will walk you through every step of the way on how to read your very own tea leaves. So first you pour your tea. So you have to read loose leaf if you're going to read a teacup. So you cannot read bagged tea. So you need to buy loose leaf tea. You can't just, you can't just open a bagged tea. That's far too fine. Super fine tea should only be read by the most advanced of readers. The chunkier the tea, the easier it is to read. So I'm going to pour my tea and I'll be right back. All right, I've got my water here, and let's just dive right into it. So you want to pour your water directly onto your loose leaf tea. There we go. All right, now it's piping hot, so you're going to want to let it steep for about 5 minutes. Let's sip on our tea. It should be ready to sip on now. The tea that I use is a Earl Grey de la Creme. You can find it on Amazon. It's really tasty. You want to drink it until there's about 2 tablespoons of liquid left in the cup. You don't want to drink it until there's no liquid left in the cup. Otherwise, there's not going to be enough liquid left to spread the leaves out when you dump it upside down. It'll make sense in just a minute, I promise. Okay, so I've got about 2 tablespoons of liquid left in my cup. So now we're going to do the little ritual of dumping our cup. So what you want to do is you want to take the handle, hold it in your left hand. So left hand, that's super important. Left hand, face the handle at your face. So you're holding it in your left hand. Handle is facing your face. Holding the saucer in your right hand. So left hand cup, saucer right hand, handle face. and then do 3 clockwise spins, and then saucer over cup. 1, 2, 3, flip, and then we let it strain for about 3 minutes. All right, this is strained enough. So now you pick it up, you kind of shake it a little bit, make sure that there's no water left in there, because water means something too in a teacup. So if you get liquid left in there, it kind of represents tears and sadness. All right, so this is what we're left with. So this is our reading. So your handle represents you. So you are the handle. Anything that happens close to the handle represents things that happen close to you or directly affect you. Anything that happens facing towards the handle are things that are you affecting other people. Anything that happens that is facing attacking the handle or like facing in the direction of the handle is people affecting you. And then the rim of the cup, so the very top of the cup, that's very near future. That's very immediate. The mid-range of the cup is kind of weeks to months, and then the bottom of the cup is the distant future. So anything that happens in those 3 sections of the cups, that's timelines. So in comparison to tarot, tea leaves are actually much better at predicting timelines than tarot is. So tea leaves are probably, in my opinion, far superior than most forms of divination when it comes to predicting timelines. So tea leaves are phenomenal for this. So I'm going to just jump right into reading some symbols. So the way that you read a tea leaf cup, you start at the handle because it represents you, and then you work your way down the teacup, kind of like a toilet bowl, where you go spinning into the cup in a clockwise manner. So if I start at the handle and I go down the rim, there's nothing. And then as I go away from the cup, these are things that don't affect me, or let me rephrase that. These are things that are not affected by me because they are the effects of other people because it's far away from the handle. And then we get over here, which is a seal, which to me represents kind of a carefree attitude. And it lands next to the tree, which talks about prosperity. So for me, I've been very stressed about making enough money recently. I think everybody has been. Honestly, the economy has just been a mess for a long time now. And to land next to the tree and talks about prosperity, I think that's a sign that if I just relax and let it flow and not stress it too much, I think that the money will flow and it will come. And I just need to take a break and take a reprieve. And then also I got an airplane, so I think that could represent taking a trip to make some money, so I could get some party entertainment booked soon, maybe. I also got a hatchet, which talks about overcoming obstacles that are difficult, but being successful with it. And then I also got, next to the baby carriage, let's see, next to the baby carriage, I got an angel. So I do have 2 children, and the angel talks about blessings and protection. So my children are protected in their blessings. So that's always a good sign. My grandma Mary always protects them, and it landed next to the old ladies. That's always a good sign. And then there's nothing in the mid-range of the cup, really. So these are all good signs for the very immediate future. And in the bottom of the cup, some symbols we have the genie lamp, which talks about making a wish. And then it landed on the mountain, which means kind of overcoming obstacles and facing adversity, and also overcoming these trials with strength and perseverance. So, and then when it talks about making a wish, I think that really talks about manifestation. Now, if you remember me talking about the divination teacup, remember me mentioning the baby carriage, that was one of the symbols on the teacup. So if a tea leaves lands on the symbol, that can heavily relate to the reading. So if a tea leaf lands on the symbol, those 2 things are connected. And also another tip that I like to mention too when you're learning to read tea leaves, a good tip is also if the symbol appears murky, that can make it more negative. And if the symbol appears very clear, that can make it more positive. And if it's surrounded by dots, that can emphasize the symbol as well, making it even more negative or even more positive. This kind of illustrates the fundamentals of how one would read a tea leaf cup. So you work your way as a toilet bowl, like flushing into the tea leaf cup. So you work your way down into a clockwise motion. Now, tea leaf symbols, there's hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. Now, what you do with tea leaf symbols is you work at each one and with your working knowledge of that symbol. So anything that you know about that symbol, you can bust into. So the cool thing about tea leaf reading is that you don't need to know anything at all about that symbol to be able to start talking about it. So if it lands on the dog, for example, I know a ton about dogs. I know that they're man's best friend. I know that they're my favorite thing ever. I know that they're fluffy, they're safe, they're warm, they're kind. I know all those things about them. So I know that they're positive and that they're companionship. That's all I need to know about them. I don't need to know the traditional meaning of a dog to be able to interpret one. And that's the most important thing about tea leaf reading, symbolism, is that all you need to know to read tea leaves and to start reading tea leaves is everything I taught you in the last 5 minutes. Is just the fundamentals of tea leaf reading and everything that you already know about the symbols of life. So congratulations, you know how to read tea leaves now, and go ahead and have fun and pick up a divination cup and get started. So now you know how to read tea leaves. If you want to learn more about me and my bookings, or maybe you want to book a reading, please visit my website at www.mysticswisdomtarot.com, or you can call me at 719-600-1224. Thanks again. My name is Natalie Evans. Thanks for watching. Bye.